Hey, Abby. All right, here we go. Week 2 of Central's Prep, December 2016. Today's Thursday, December 29th. And I guess I finished this 2 days ago now. It's getting to this a little bit late, but that's Christmas and the holidays and all that fun stuff. So everything was going pretty okay this week. These squats on the first day, I was not feeling good. I was just not having it, but I just had to remember, it's a long-term goal. Not every workout's going to be great. And I think I attribute that to the rack height. It was a little bit too high, so I didn't get a good placement on my back. I couldn't seem to find a good placement. But looking at these squats, they're actually not terrible. Good speed. Maybe the position was a little bit off. My elbow was a little messed. I even switched shirts because I was like, oh, fuck, I don't friggin' squat in a tank top. Why am I doing it now? Let me just get something that's a little bit more stable. I don't think it helped too much, though. So I only ended up doing a 2x3. I think I was supposed to do a 5x3 or a 4x3. But I ended up doing all of the volume, just with a few extra singles and doubles instead of triples. But the bars moving all around just wasn't good. It's also like a crappy Good Life bar, but after watching Bryce pull 780 on a Good Life bar, I don't think I can say much. And then I didn't get the high bar footage. I deleted that by mistake. So here's the second single at 90%. So this one wasn't as good. I got stuck there. But it's because my foot positioning was a little bit farther than normal. I don't know why I widened that stance out. So this is a little bit narrower of a stance. And I think this moved a lot better. But this is the one where it looks like pretty killer depth. It definitely was way deeper than it needs to be. And I know especially in all of my meets, it looks like I dive bomb under. Like it's killer on the depth. So that's something that I focused on and I've improved, I think, in week 3. So you'll see that. And here's bench. This bench footage is right after my last exam, so thankfully I'm all done. It was at a World Gym, actually the World Gym I used to go to a long time ago. I think I had you as a coach when I was training here a little bit. Not the best setup, not the best bench, but I got the work done. That's the main thing. I think at the end of the week, actually it's not even, this one. At the end of the week when I go to my 90 and 92.5%, things move a lot better. Here I feel like my elbows are tucked way more than they should be. But I think I'm starting to get the hang of bench, and I think it's just something I need to always continually work on. But now I have something that's a good base, and now I just build from here. And there's not going to be all this guessing and hemming and hawing. And so what I need to make sure is keeping my elbows underneath my wrists and not over tuck, not over touch. I also need to focus on where I'm touching on my chest. But one thing that I will note, or I have been noticing, is as you said, the last few inches to my chest, I slow down dramatically. And you'll see it in the last footage of bench for this week where I do the 3-board, 2-board, 1-board. You can see for the 3-board, moves perfect. 2-board, near the end of it, I start to slow down a little bit. And then for the 1-board, you can definitely notice it. So the speed I need to work on, but what I also have noticed is as I increase the speed, I reduce my accuracy of where I'm touching on my chest. So it's kind of this optimization. I need to just work on both of them at the same time. To focus on touching on my chest in the same spot and the speed. So here's 87.5% for the doubles. I thought this moved pretty good. But I'm really happy with the 90 and 92.5%. With my unrack, I tried to make sure I held it above my chest for a good amount of time, trying to make sure the pause was legit AF, or Ontario standards. Here we go, 190 pounds. I guess this is actually more than I have done at Provincial, so this is my heaviest bench in 4 months, I'd say. Bam! So as I said on Instagram, it's kind of like when Bambi was learning to first walk, is me benching. So I had a little interesting setup with the boards for this. My dog wants to leave the room. But yeah, as you see, I thought I had pretty good speed on the 1-board, 2-board range. By the time I get to the 3-board range, you definitely notice the slowdown of the speed. So something to work on, but I will get better. I promise you that. Deadlifts. Really happy with these, how they moved. Looking back at it, I realized I screwed up my percentages for week 3 of my interval deadlifts. So I actually did lighter than this the other day. And I don't know, I'm kind of stupid because I'm so focused on consistency, but I just do little things that throw me off. I don't know why. So see how I grab my left hand, then my right hand, and that works well for me. Sometimes I've grabbed at both hands at the same time. but I don't find I deadlift as well with that. See, look how fast that was. But for some reason, at some point in this video, I think it's the next one, I just start grabbing with both my hands at the same time. Yeah, I don't know, just Brett Gibbs style. But I don't think it's as good. It's not how I train normally. Maybe I'll switch to it. I don't know. But the point is I need to be consistent. See, I'm back and forth. But when I went for my 90% singles, I did it with the two hands grabbing at the same time, and that's why it was kind of slow. So I got to stick consistent. So tomorrow I'm hitting 495 again for just a single. I'm going to make sure I grab my left hand, then my right hand, and rip it. Just not how I train. I didn't think the reps were horrible. They were kind of slow, but whatever. I'm sure I'll make do. So maybe you could touch upon that. Let me know what you think's better, grabbing my left hand, then right hand, or both at the same time. Maybe both at the same time would be better, but I need to practice it more, so I need to do that after provincials, after centrals. Yeah, so that's that. Oh, I guess I didn't really mention about my bench and deadlift openers, but my bench opener, I think the same as usual, my 187 pounds, 85 kilo. And then, I don't know, maybe 2.5 kilo increments from there just to get 2 PRs on the board for bench. I guess it'd ultimately be 1. And then deadlift, I think opening around 490s, realistic. I forget what I opened at my last meet, but I want to actually hit 540 this time, and maybe 545. Hopefully with no hitch. Squats, I don't know if I can really improve too much, so I'm hoping at least hit 413. So that's that. I look forward to chatting with you next week. I look forward to your feedback. So have a good one, Abby.